And it's a very warm welcome back to the Alliance Park here in North London for the second semi-final of the Natwest Schools Cups weekend here at the Alliance Park. This is the second Vars semi-final between Oakham School and Bishop Wordsworth School. Should be an interesting tussle, this one, with the winners due to meet in the final, Sherburn School of Dorset. Dave Rogers alongside me. And Dave, we've had a bit of a nightmare, haven't we, with Bishop Wordsworth? They've been changing their team, chopping and changing, with a little bit of confusion with the printers. It seems to be all the numbers have been mixed up and muddled around. It's a bit like a lottery card, isn't it? That their team sheet currently.
Well, they've picked the numbers out of the tombola by the looks of things, but I believe we've got it sorted now.
It look like a raffle on our programme. 215 is 11 is 4.
We also have some duplicate shirts as well. So Adam Mercer and Luke Sainsbury will both be wearing number 5.
So let's look at the two sides first of all. We'll try and help everybody at home to run you through where we stand as is. Oakham, we got their team in plenty of time. Olawataosi Afalobi is the number 1. Albert Grieve is the hooker at 2. Aya Dunetstroff at 3. George Figgis 4. Cameron Jordan 5. Thomas West 6. Archie Sumner 7. Lucas Lovat at 8. Jack Van Poudvalet at 9. Seb Davis 10. Matthew Schofield 11. Hugh Davis and Therese Johnson-Fisher. Keep your eyes on Therese Johnson-Fisher. We've been told he can run the 100 metres in 10.9 seconds. James Hammond 14 and Ben Bolton-Smith is the fullback at 15, and they're coached by Mr. Jeremy Rowe. Bishop Wordsworth. This is the team that's on our list is all over the place, but this is the starting 15. Marcus Shanley is 1. 2, we've got Ben Goldsmith at 2, not Adam Mercer, but he's actually 22, wearing the number 22. James McDonald 3, Daniel Pereira at 4, Luke Sainsbury 5, James Kennedy at 6, Ed Shanley 7, Tom Boxer 8, Tom McFarlane 9, Harry Norris at 10, Daniel Mitchell 11, Guy Hale and Paddy Case at the centres at 12 and 13, Charlie Davis 14, Joe Tully at 15, and they're coached by Mr. Lee Duckett. The replacements. There was a late injury for Bishop Wordsworth School, so they only have 6 names on the bench. Oakham, Alfie Ramsey, Andrew Jones, Will Stables, Ben O'Boyle, Oliver Lidar, Freddie Reynolds and Rory Peck are on the bench. And for Bishop Wordsworth School, Tom Allman, Max Hith-Reed at 17. There is no 18. 19 is Josh Cox. 20, James Brown. 21 is James Robson. And Adam Mercer is also on that bench as well. And he was wearing the number 5 shirt, according to what we have been given. Bit of a headache for us, this one going to be, Dave, but it should be an interesting semi-final all the same.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there, but we've got it all sorted out now. And what we do have is 2 teams who have got their eyes on the prize, which is an appearance in the Under-15s Vars final at Twickenham. We've already had one fantastic match, Sherborne, absolutely clinical. Both of these teams were around to see that, so they'll have that in the back of their minds. But for now, their focus has got to be on the 60 minutes ahead. Who will be at Twickenham? Will it be Bishop Wordsworth School or Oakham School? Well, if we can take a look at some of the results, the routes to get here, we will see that both of these teams have been hammering tries. Lots and lots of points scored. And already this weekend, we've seen bags of tries scored here on this big Alliance Park pitch. I can see this semi-final providing even more.
Indeed, yes. I'm just looking at the results in front of us right now. Oakham School dispatching Grantham in the second round, 43 points to 21, and 2 50-0 wins over the Robert Smith Academy and Wyndham College. 33-5 over Arden Academy, 24-13 over St Bridges College Weybridge in the last round. Just doing my maths there, 39 points conceded over 5 games. So that's what averages about 8 per game.
And only 5 tries conceded as well. Most of these cup runs, albeit points have been scored, they're built on a good, solid defence, and Oakham certainly have that. As I say, just 5 tries conceded, including 2 clean sheets. They're going to be a tough nut to crack for Bishop's Wordsworth today.
Indeed, I'm just doing my maths again, and I think it is the average around 50 points a game. I think 40 points a game, I do beg your pardon.
Yeah,
in
phenomenal
attack.
Phenomenal attack.
So yeah, they're a team that's got good defence and they're not afraid to play some running rugby and get over the game. And there's confirmation, in fact, of Oakham's run to this final. As I said, King's School Grantham 43-21, Robert Smith Academy and Wyndham College both 50-0 victories. Arden Academy 33-5, St George's College Weybridge 24 points to 13. So yeah, so David, they are a clinical team, it seems, Oakham School.
Well, those two third and fourth rounds there, the 50-0s, they were ended earlier. The teams were put out of their misery because it had got to 50-0. But let's have a little look at Bishop Wordsworth's results here now.
57-7 over Gillingham School, 46-0 over Claysmore School, 44-8 over Bournemouth School. Tight game against Beechney Cliff School, 22 points to 18, and similarly tight against the Royal Latin at 24 points to 19, and the dispatched Stockport Grammar by 25 points to 17. Easy start, but a little bit of difficulty towards the latter stages.
Well, we can tell from those results that when they do get their noses in front, they're not afraid to put the hammer down and pull away. Some really impressive scorelines there. Also, as you said, it's got a little bit tighter in the latter rounds. They've conceded a few more tries than their opposition, 12 in the competition overall, but during those close games they found ways of getting over the line and getting the wins. Now, we've seen that cup rugby, it's just so different to the other matches that you play. It doesn't matter if you win by 50 points or 1 point, it is all about getting that victory and getting to the next round. Bishop Wordsworth have got great habits of doing that, but they are going to need to make sure that their defence is on point today. Those 12 tries conceded, that's 2 per match, whereas Oakham are averaging just 1 per match. Could that be the difference today?
And interestingly enough, seems to be a school that breeds good rugby. Andy Good, former pupil, as is Lewis Moody, another former pupil as well, and Matt Smith. So it has talent in abundance in its past, and we shall see if it has talent in abundance on the field.
Well, you can add Tom Croft to that list too. Been to Oakham and commentated once already. That was the under-18s team, not the under-15s. That was in the Champions Trophy, where they ended Epsom College's unbeaten run. They weren't particularly fancied on that day, but they managed to raise their game because they are a really proud rugby school. Great history in all competitions, and they're going to be looking to replicate that, this under-15s team, and book their place at Twickenham Stadium. Bishop Wordsworth, by contrast, they are a grammar school, nearly 1,000 pupils.
And again, there seems to be a team that also breathes rugby. Richard Hill, MBE, former Saracens and England International Rugby Union player, winner at the Rugby World Cup in 2003. And also Richard Hill as well, former England scrum half. So another team, another school that lives and breathes good rugby. So both teams getting ready, and there you are. Give us a wave, boys, on the big screen. Who brought them vuvuzelas here?
I thought they'd been banished after the Football World Cup.
I thought they were banished as well after that World Cup in South Africa. I thought they were things of the past, but it's the big future for these two teams. Oakham School of Rutland, Bishop Wordsworth of Salisbury and Wiltshire, place in the final at Twickenham awaits. So then 60 minutes stand between these two teams and a meeting with Sherborne in the Vars final. Oakham School in red. And it will be Seb Davis who will get this match underway. Bishop Wordsworth in navy blue. Oakham going left to right, and for Bishop Wordsworth, they've got the curse of going right to left in this first half. It seems to be a trend, Dave, in this Natwest Scores Cup, that teams going from right to left in the first half don't tend to win.
Well, 5 out of 5 they've lost so far. That was a great take from Pereira from the first kickoff, by the way. Someone's also lost a boot just behind the ruck too.
Well, somebody's lost a boot already. But more importantly, they're not going to put that boot back on until they got a break in play. And a good dumb tackle there on number 12, Guy Hale. McFarland. Little chip over the top to Daniel Mitchell. Mitchell, chip forward. Bounce not in his favour. And they're going back for an earlier penalty. And somebody's going to put their shoe back on.
It was actually Pereira straight from the kickoff. Reached high. He's a really tall and rangy second rower. Is the man wearing number 4 for Bishop Wordsworth. Bit of innovation from the straight from the kickoff as well. Looking to move the ball around, move that Oakham defence around. They earned the penalty. And this is a good chance from the attacking lineup for them here.
Indeed it is. Bishop Wordsworth starting on the front foot. Well, we saw that with RGS Newcastle in the last game. They started off well, but a couple of unforced errors cost them in the early parts, and some unforced error from the hooker Ben Goldsmith. Number 7, Archie Sumner, burrowing his way forward. Van Pluve. Seb Davis. Van Pluve again. Davis, back in scrum half. This is Hugh Davis. This is Tyrese Johnson-Fisher, who's got good legs, as you can see. As you can see, he's quick, he's very quick, he's too quick for everybody. Wow, what a start for Oakham. That man's got wheels.
Well, what an unbelievable start, and look at that celebration. Dream start for Oakham, the first time they've had hands on the ball. Wasn't really any great deal of space for Tyrese Johnson-Fisher, but he just needs a couple of strides to get going. He's at full pace, he's got around the outside. Bishop Wordsworth just didn't know what to do. It was a good offload there from Hugh Davis, his centre partner. Put him in a bit of space, no real organisation in the Wordsworth defence. As soon as he got to the wing, the fullback Joe Tully couldn't get anywhere near him to make the tackle, and he's in under the sticks. Great quality, what a start, and the conversion's good too.
Well, we were told downstairs on good authority that his personal best in the 100 metres is 10.9. And the last 15 years of age.
That's a lot quicker than my personal best, I'll tell you that.
What's yours, Dave?
It's, yeah, a bit slower than that.
I take it we need a calendar for yours, not a stopwatch.
Maybe an abacus, but either way, that's a great start from Johnson-Fisher. Hugely impressive centre play, wowee.
So then, how did Bishop Wordsworth respond? Joe Tully. And Oakham win the penalty. We saw it beforehand, didn't we, Dave, Oakham, the way they were training, and you said at one point it sounded like a load of Spartans getting ready for training, wasn't it?
Oh, they did,
The warm-up routine was a lot of hooting and hooting and howling, wasn't it?
Well, they were lined up. That's a great kick to touch, by the way. They were lined up, touchline to touchline, the entire squad. The communication was loud. They were working as a team, as a unit, just all of the players, all 22 of them, lifting together, moving together, and I think they're going to be quite a formidable force in defence today. Bishop Wordsworth, that's just going to put them on the back foot straight away. They're going to be nervous now every time Johnson-Fisher touches the ball.
Albert Grieve with the line-out, and now the drive comes from Oakham, the school from Rutland. Van Pluve, Seb Davis. Here's Fisher, long pass out on the left-hand side. This time it's going to be James Hammond going for the try line. Still in play, still in, but it's been turned over by Bishop Wordsworth, but the touch judge has spotted a penalty and a little bit of afters that we don't need between Cameron Jordan and Tom Boxer. The referee was straight in there to make sure there was no more.
Yeah, good drift defence there from Bishop Wordsworth. Oakham spreading the ball well, but Wordsworth having trust in the drift, snuffing out the danger.
Ball kept in, and do beg your pardon, no it's not. Just went into touch, and it will be a Bishop Wordsworth line out just short of halfway.
Well, he didn't give himself much margin for error with the kick to touch there. It was an athletic attempt at keeping the ball in. Oakham thought they'd done so, but the eagle-eyed touch judge over on the far side spots it going out. Good clearance kick there from Wordsworth.
Good tackle here on Daniel Pereira. James Kennedy, not afraid to take the hit. McFarland. Low pass to Luke Salisbury, who does well to retain possession, but they concede the penalty, and Oakham will have the ball on the halfway line.
Yeah, the big number 5 there, even though it was a run quite close to the fringes of the ruck, he was isolated, and that was what resulted in the penalty.
It's been turned over. Went for the tap and go, Oakham. Hasn't worked on this occasion. Daniel Pereira. Short of the 10-metre line. Kick from Harry Norris. Puts Ben Bolton-Smith under a little bit of pressure. Who thumps his left boot downfield into the throat. I wasn't saying Tom Boxer, but not to be. Instead, it's been picked up by Joe Tully. McFarland. Luke Salisbury. McFarland. This is Paddy Case. Good tackle there on Charlie Davis. It's been turned over Oakham's way. Boot down from Seb Davis. Up in the air, who wants it? It's gone into Tyrese Johnson-Fisher's hands, the try scorer, and the penalty has been conceded. And Bishop Wordsworth in a dangerous area here, Dave. Have a penalty while there are options. Yeah,
all offside there from Oakham from the kick. It wasn't the best of strikes. You can see there that he's just snatched at the kick a little bit. It was a good take in the air from Johnson-Fisher, but he was offside, well spotted by the referee. I think the obvious thing, well, have they indicated that they're going for the posts
here?
Yeah,
indeed. The touch judges ran towards behind the goal.
Yeah, that's a good option, just to get themselves off the mark, you know, that's the most important thing, is turning the pressure into points, as the old rugby adage goes. Obviously, at this under-15s level, we see teams going for touch a lot less because the line-outs are really, really competitive, what with there being no lifting.
So Norris, this to reduce the deficit to 4 points.
Good strike.
Over it goes. 7-3 the score.
Yeah, credit to Bishop Wordsworth. They've responded well to conceding that early try, that moment of individual brilliance from Tyrese Johnson-Fisher. But they've marched their way up the field. Good discipline rugby, and they're off the mark.
Picked up by Paddy Case. With good pressure from Oakham School as Bishop Wordsworth concede the line out.
Just mixing it up there from the kickoff, decided to go towards the backs, not the forwards. Putting Paddy Case under pressure. And they find themselves straight back inside the opposition's 22.
10 minutes down, 7-3 the score. Another drive comes from Oakham School. Lucas Lovat with the ball, goes for a little darting run himself, trying to burrow his way forward. And now Oakham on the attack, on the front foot. Ben Bolton-Smith for the line. Good offload. Just held up, and the ball has gone loose and has been knocked forward. Good pressure from Oakham School, but good defence from Bishop Wordsworth.
Well, wonderful movement to the ball from Oakham School. A great support line from Seb Davis as well. But Bishop Wordsworth, that's twice now. Their scramble defence, their last-ditch defence has been absolutely exceptional. Let's take a look at the replay here now. Nice interlinking between 10 and 12. What a dummy as well to find the gap. Finds the fullback, Ben Bolton-Smith, surging for the line, spots the offload, but what a tackle that is. Daniel Pereira, the second rower, superb play from him.
Booted out, but doesn't go too far, so it's going to be a Oakham School will have the line out just inside the Bishop Wordsworth 22.
Well, at Saracens, they have what they call the Wolf Pack, and of course we're here at the home of Saracens today, and that is moments that individuals do that change games that the general public or people watching the rugby might not spot. We might have just had one there, a second rower tackling an outside half to prevent the try on the line. Superb play there from Pereira.
Albert Grieve spotted the gap and instead concedes the line out, but it's still Bishop Wordsworth still need to clear their lines here. Ben Goldsmith with the line out. Intercepted by Cameron Jordan. Van Plouvle. Seb Davis. Loose pass, but still in the hands of James Hammond. Hammond going for the line. Where's the offload? Who's it to be? It's been turned over instead. Picked up by Charlie Davis. James McDonald gaining a few yards. And they win the penalty, and now a chance for them to breathe and relieve the pressure.
Been very impressed with Bishop Wordsworth in defence. They've had to soak up a lot of early pressure here. Oakham doing a good job just grinding them down. Oh, the penalty's been mishit though. Oakham have been let off the hook here.
They have been let off the hook as well, and this is Seb Davis going for a run. Thought landed in touch, surely we can tell that from here, and the touch judge did spot it.
Tyrese Johnson-Fisher there, almost too quick for his own good on the support line. He overran the pass, but the good tackle had been made from Wordsworth. Let's have a little replay of this here. Great pace.
Well, maybe a hint of a forward pass there.
Yeah, there's the foot in touch there.
Hugh Davis. He spots the gap. Out wide to Martin Schofield. Dumped into touch. Good, again, last-ditch defence. It's working for Bishop Wordsworth. They're frustrating Oakham.
Yeah, Tom Boxer this time clearing up, although to be honest, they put themselves under a little bit of pressure there because there's a good initial defensive lift. Have a look, it's the number 7 here. Put in Oakham's 12 under pressure, but he's lifting on his own, so if you can break that or get round that initial tackle like Hugh Davis did.
Held up, we believe. Oh, try's been given. To beg your pardon, touch judge is the one who's given it. He's the one who spotted it. It was taken quickly, hence it caught all of us off guard.
Well, Oakham responding to that last-ditch defence.
It is, in fact, an intercepted line-out by number 4, George Figgis. And he has put Oakham 12 points to 3 clear.
Well, that shows how easy it is from these line-outs. Of course, as I mentioned before, at under-15s level, there is no lifting, so it's more like the old-fashioned free-for-all. The ball goes in, the tallest man wins it. Figgis really alert there to not just swing an arm at it and knock it back to the scrum half. Grabs it in both hands, surges for the line, and capitalises on this Oakham School pressure for their second try of the first half.
for a 14-3 lead. Left of the posts. 12-3 the score. 15 minutes down.
Yeah, just take another look at it there. It's thrown in. Just a difficult one for Wordsworth to defend there, because as soon as the ball's caught, you've got the players in blue committed to the catch. And it's just a few yards to the line there for the second rower to open his account. Oh, space here.
Off again. Tyrese Johnson-Fisher to his right-hand side. He's going to use him. He is going to use him. And he's away is the big lad. Tyrese Johnson-Fisher, try again.
Well, that's all about the work from the fullback there, Ben Bolton-Smith. It's basic stuff. It's a 2-on-1. Great counter-attack in rugby. He's got really good vision. You look, he looks for the pass, delays it until he commits the defender. Let's have a look at the replay here. He's looking around him for support, draws the defender. The coaches will love that. The pass is a little bit behind Johnson-Fisher. He's still got a lot of work to do. But he gathers the pass behind him, and again, he's got a great nose for the line.
A great turn of foot as well. 17-3, this one 19-3. Over it goes from Seb Davis, 19 points to 3. I was a little bit intrigued, in fact, because just before that start of the play, on the backs here, I thought there might have been a hint of a forward pass.
I'll look at that one on the replay.
Yeah, I might have been a hint of a forward pass, and couldn't be certain. On first glance, it was one of them borderline calls. The referee didn't think so, nor the touch judges down the bottom end here, so alas, it's the score that counts. Oakham lead 19-3.
Well, I think we've got to credit the Oakham players there. Bolton-Smith for his vision and Johnson-Fisher for his finishing prowess. I think what Bishop Wordsworth need to do here is start working as a unit defensively as opposed to individuals rushing out the line, because if they keep allowing the Oakham backs to run in broken play, then they're going to absolutely thrive as this match progresses.
Bishop Wordsworth win the penalty. And this time we'll be going for the corner. No, tap and go indeed. Tap and go. Number 8, Tom Boxer into the Oakham 22. McFarland. Harry Norris. Picked up by Ed Shanley. Tom Boxer staying strong and still going. He's done well as Tom Boxer. Can he find the line? He's so close to it. Ball was knocked on. Unlucky.
Oh, that's hard on Tom Boxer. Real powerhouse, the back row forward. He's done well with his carries and his tackles early on. Look where he picks the ball up here. Breaks one tackle. Relentless carrying there from the number 8. He's got 3 defenders hanging off him, still going. But just in that final surge for the line, can't keep hold of the ball. But still, Oakham under pressure here. Haven't played a lot of rugby this close to their own try line.
Indeed, they haven't. Van Poutley with the put-in at the scrum. It's a good scrum from Bishop Wordsworth as well, so they've got to clear. And they do. And a good kick downfield, but into the throat of number 15, Joe Tully, who took his eye off the ball, and Oakham will relieve that pressure Bishop Wordsworth put on them in the last 2 minutes.
Now, that's a mistake from Joe Tully. He'll be disappointed with that. You saw exactly how disappointed he was as he slammed the ball down. All you've got to do is take your eye off it for a split second, and you can make mistakes like that. So Oakham, they've got off the hook there. First of all, the knock-on from Tom Boxer with the try line begging after all his hard work carrying. And then a drop ball takes them 40 metres up the pitch.
Lucas Lovat. Brought to the ground. Van Poutley. Seb Davis inside to Afolabi. Loose pass out wide, and it's a knock-on, in fact, advantage to come. The referee will stop the play for that knock-on, and Bishop Wordsworth will have the scrum on the halfway line.
Yeah, Johnson Fisher just unable to pick it up off his toes there. Oakham realise they've got a real danger man in the number 13 shirt, and they're just looking to get the ball to him in attacking positions whenever they can.
McFarlane with the put-in. Tom Boxer using his power to get over the halfway line. Pereira. Tom Boxer. Boxer with a little bit of room. Good hands off from Boxer and gets up to the 22. McFarlane. Loose pass. And under pressure here are Bishop Wordsworth, but they keep hold of it with Paddy Case. Paddy Case now. Good offload it was indeed. And a chance here for Bishop Wordsworth to respond. Chatting with the touch judge.
Well, Paddy Case, I've been impressed with him and the way he's tackled and carried from the 13 shirt. Let's just have a little look at this. It was scrappy, but so often the scrappy play, and when passes go to ground, it unsettles defence. Decision's been made. He was.
I think try has been given.
Well, let's take a look at this now. It's not a great angle, but the try has been given. Great recovery from Joe Tully as well, following that mistake where he dropped the ball on the halfway line. Still had a lot of work to do when he received that ball from Paddy Case. Just pinned it for the corner. Managed to ground the ball. Just what his team needed. Difficult conversion for the number 10.
Harry Norris, this to reduce the arrears to 9.
They're not ours, no.
Oh, right in the heart, isn't it, as well? That is just a superb kick. Absolutely superb.
Oh, beautifully done there from the outside half. That's the side they say favours the right foot. That's a lovely offload as we see the replay there. Paddy Case finds the gap, gets the offload. Joe Tully just tucks it under his right armpit. This is a much better angle. We'll see if he grounds it. Yes, he does. Great finish there from the Bishop Wordsworth number 15 for their first try of this semi-final. They're right back in this now. And that's a good take from the kickoff too.
19 points to 10. 7 minutes remain in this first half. Pereira. McFarlane. James Kennedy. McFarlane. Running rugby here from Bishop Wordsworth. Kick down, out on the full, back you go.
Well, Paddy Case isn't happy with that when he thought it got a bounce just before the touchline. I must admit that I did too, because I saw a little bit of rubber crumb bounce up. But the touch judge in a much better position than you and I. And he makes the call and takes them right back to nearly the halfway line. Paddy Case again, though. He's enjoying having the ball in hand at the moment, is the Wordsworth number 13.
Oakham drive forward. Van Poole, Seb Davis, Tony Johnson, Fisher. Davis. Intercepted pass. Ben Goldsmith. With an advantage to be played. Harry Norris. There's a knock-on advantage, so that advantage will now be over. But they're still coming forward. Our Bishop Wordsworth. Just short of the Oakham 22. And they still continue to drive. James Kennedy, this is. Who wants the offloaded pass? That would have been knocked forward, I would have thought. Indeed it was. And Oakham will have a scrum inside their own 22, but Bishop Wordsworth beginning to get through the gears here.
No, absolutely. I think they've realised that this is a semi-final and they need to leave everything out here if they're going to have a chance. Look at this play, though. 10 to 15. Joe Tully making the yards again. Offload into men in the back row. Great support play. Just goes to ground there again with the try line begging, but Bishop Wordsworth, all of a sudden, they look a much better team. It was Oakham for the first 10 minutes, but now with 25 minutes gone, this is an excellent contest brewing here. Amazing what a little bit of territory can do for a team's confidence.
5 minutes to go. Just to remind you as well, we go on the referee's whistle. Our clock in the top left hand of your screen is only an indicator. It's a rough indication of where we are in the game.
Big scrum here.
Van Pouvle with it. And he collects. Davis with the kick. Relieves a little bit of pressure, but only up to their 22.
Yeah, he's done well there, Davis. He was under a lot of pressure for the charge down. We've already seen one charge down try today, of course. As an outside half, that is the last thing you want to concede. So he has to put a little bit more loft on the kick than he'd like.
Ball knock on. Oakham with the put-in.
Yeah, it's always a risk with these contested lineouts that there's going to be a knock-on. Carnage, 3, 4, 5 hands. To be fair, credit to the referee for spotting the person who got the first touch.
So another chance here for Oakham to relieve the pressure that's been put on him in the last 5 or 6 minutes by Bishop Wordsworth. Davis, a little chip forward this time, but it's down the throat of number 11, Daniel Mitchell. Mitchell, what can he do with the counter-attack? Trying to burrow that ball out, and they find it indeed. Norris with a little bit of space, and he's going through the gears as well. Just good last-ditch tackle there by Ben Bolton-Smith. But Bishop Wordsworth getting through the gears, and they may get down here. Number 8, has he got there? He has indeed. Tom Boxer, I think it is, with the try, and Bishop Wordsworth right back in it.
Well, the comeback is on here. It was Tom Boxer who scored the try, but it was all about the graft from Harry Norris. Let's take a look at the replay. Saw the gap, great handoff, got round one. God, it was a lucky tackle as well. Last-ditch stuff from Ben Bolton-Smith, tugged him down by an arm to stop him crashing over. But the number 8, Tom Boxer,
no,
actually it was the scrum half.
Yeah, Tom McFarland, in fact, it is.
Tom McFarland was there. Great strength from the diminutive scrum half. We've seen it a couple of times already today. The scrum halves really working hard with just a yard or two to go, but real hard work. Real physical stuff to burrow their way over the line. And all of a sudden, we have got a semi-final on our hands.
This for 1917. Misses on the right-hand side. 1915 the scoreline. To the dying embers of this first half.
Well, at 19-3, it looked as though Oakham might disappear out of sight here, but great character from Bishop Wordsworth. Oh, but what a mistake to make, a knock-on from the kickoff.
Yes, Ed Shanley with the knock-on. So can Oakham capitalise on that unforced error? Seb Davis. Alafabi. Van Pouvle. Ball knocked forward, and it will be a Bishop Wordsworth put-in. Well, they took their time to get into the game. I think for the first 10 minutes, their heads were still on the M4, I think. But it looks like now Bishop Wordsworth have come here to play.
Oh, this is a fantastic contest now. Real danger in both backlines. It's been the number 13s that have done the damage when they've had the opportunity. Tyrese Johnson-Fisher with 2 fantastic tries. Just pace and power. By contrast, Paddy Case, a really intelligent ball carrier.
McFarland, second try scorer. Harry Norris kicks it downfield. It doesn't find touch, but it's an awkward bouncing ball. Bolton Smith, the fullback. Ball in his hand, he's holding it like a loaf of bread. Hugh Davis. Bolton Smith again.
There's numbers here.
Numbers on the left-hand side. And here's the big man, Johnson Fisher, with the running. Oh, just demolishes him. Demolishes him. He pushed him over like a cardboard cutout to score that try.
What a way to bring up your hat-trick. Well, his first try was all about vision and pace. His second try was just outright pace. And his third try, he brings power into the equation too. Bolton Smith there, great vision.
He pushed him over here like a cardboard cutout.
Offload
number
here.
14, Charlie Davis.
Charlie Davis, he got himself in a bad position in the tackle. His shoulders and head were in the wrong place. Johnson Fisher sensed the weakness. Didn't even look to put any footwork on, just ran straight over the top of him. A first half hat-trick for Oakham School's captain. What a way to respond.
24-15. This for an 11-point lead. $26 points to 15 at half-time. And what's a first half of rugby we've seen here, Dave?
Well, lots of tries, lots of quality, lots of character from both teams too. They've always responded well after conceding tries. It's been an absolute masterclass in centre play from Tyrese Johnson Fisher. We knew he had pace, but he's got so many other qualities too. And he's probably been the individual difference between the two teams at half-time.
26-15 it is indeed at half-time. Well, it's been a good game of rugby, hasn't it?
Well, it's been a competitive semi-final. A great time to score for Oakham just before half-time, because Bishop Wordsworth, they had their tails up. For 15 minutes or so, the middle 15 minutes, they did well to keep Johnson Fisher quiet and keep the ball away from him. They did that by using the forward pack and the carries well, maintaining a bit of possession themselves.
So let's have a look at the tries in this first half. Dave, talk us through, because we've had what, 6 tries in this first 30 minutes.
Well, this is the first one. It's the first time Johnson Fisher touched the ball. He had men outside him, but he didn't need them. He spots the gap. Just look at that technique. Great, powerful strides. Celebrated that try as well. He was so excited he could hardly get up. It was a good offload from his centre partner, Hugh Davis. He spotted him. But once he had some space, there were the guys running support lines there. Bolton Smith was to his right, but he didn't need him. I think Bolton Smith knew that too. He's had an excellent half himself, has the Oakham number 15. That was try number 1. It was converted. Bishop Wordsworth came back with a penalty. This is the second try, the second rower capitalising on a clean take of the line out. Referee just wanted to converse with his touch judge there before awarding it, but it was a great catch from Figgis. We'll see the replay now. He's just scoping it out there. He got a good sight on it. Wasn't really contested for the catch. It burst to him. The big tall number 4 finished over the line. And that was the second try. After that, it was Johnson Fisher again. Good play from Bolton Smith. As soon as he had the ball in his hand there, he was looking for his options. He knew he had men inside him, but he drew the defender. Just a basic 2-on-1. You see, he skips through the tackle there. He's looking, he's looking, he's looking. He draws Joe Tully, the number 15. The pass was a little bit behind Johnson Fisher. Still had a bit to do, but it was a great take. And once again, he finishes with aplomb under the sticks. Then we had a bit of a Bishop Wordsworth comeback. It was scrappy. But Paddy Case, the blonde centre there, picking up the pieces. Lovely little one-handed offload. Joe Tully, who'd made a mistake just before, makes up for that mistake with a great finish in the corner, just beating Bolton Smith, who thought he might have had him covered. Look at Bolton Smith there. Gets to make the tackle, but Tully making sure he had his right hand free. Just exactly what he should have done there to score the try. This is the second Wordsworth try. Harry Norris there, great play, lovely handoff. Thought he might get there himself, but it was good last-ditch defending from Afolabi, the prop, and Bolton Smith, the 15. Tom McFarlane, the 9, was on hand to finish. Great scrum half play from him. Just a replay there, real good power and pace from Harry Norris. Just short of the line, and there's the scrum half. Big gap there, which Oakham will be disappointed with when they look at the replay. Ben Bolton-Smith had an attempt at it, but couldn't quite get there. Bolton-Smith involved again here. And look at this from the number 13, Johnson Fisher, absolutely bulldozing his way over. I mean, all three of his tries, he's got the ball with plenty still to do.
Just out of interest, when this replay was shown on the big screen, with this hit here, there was gasps in the crowd.
Well, I'm not surprised. Credit to Figgis as well there, the second row with some good hands. Oh, just look at it. Real quality from Tyrese Johnson Fisher. That's a first half hat trick for him. And by my calculation, he's only touched the ball 5 times.
26-15, Oakham score lead. What's Bishop Wordsworth, what are they going to be saying at half-time here? They haven't played too badly. They haven't played too badly. You know, and those flashes spelling it in the midway through that first half, they're playing some good rugby.
Well, the difference between the two teams at the moment are the two backs. Well, in my opinion, are the two backs for Oakham. Ben Bolton-Smith, he's a very intelligent player. He doesn't make any mistakes. And Tyrese Johnson Fisher, 3 tries. And all just down to individual moments of brilliance that some players have and some players just don't. As for Bishop Wordsworth, they've got to shut him down. How they do that is anyone's guess, really. He's shown that, you know, you give him an inch and he'll take a mile. The things that they've done well, they've broken up play whenever it's been a little bit scrappy. Bishop Wordsworth have been able to take advantage of that. Paddy Case has had a good game. They've got a few forwards, real workhorses. Tom Boxer, he's carried the ball well. Daniel Pereira, he's been a workhorse too. He made a fantastic try-saving tackle on the line. I think they've got to use the forwards a little bit better. They've got to play smart rugby. And when there is broken play, they've got to be really aware of Johnson Fisher and Bolton-Smith in the back line for Oakham.
Paddy Case is going to get us underway in the second half. 11 points is the deficit. So how will Bishop Wordsworth start in the second half? Brennan Boyles come onto the field for Matthew Schofield. And James Brown's come on the field for Ed Shanley. So early scrum here for Bishop Wordsworth, just short of the Oakham 22. McFarland. Loose pass, but picked up by Paddy Case. McFarland again. Luke Sainsbury. Loses out. And the ball has been turned over here. And it's gone Oakham's way. Seb Davis, downfield. Pretty good kick. It's an excellent kick, in fact. Right into the Bishop Wordsworth half.
Yeah, relieved the pressure really well there. Wordsworth, they'd got themselves a bit of an attacking position. The ball was coughed up by the second rower in contact. But that's an excellent cool head and clearance kick there by the Oakham 10. Takes them right back to where they want to be.
11 points the difference. Ben Goldsmith with the line-out. Oakham have it. Van Pouvele, Seb Davis. Good hand off here for Oakham School. Tyrese Johnson Fisher out wide on the left-hand side to number 14, James Hammond. The ball has been lost, and it will be a line out Bishop Wordsworth way.
Lovely run there from Hugh Davis, the number 12. He's been a bit of an unsung hero, of course, because his outside centre partner takes so many of the plaudits, but handoff there, breaks the tackle, finds the offload. If there's any criticism there, one of those centres needed to square up the defender to clear some space there and open the gap for the replacement winger. But the ball bundled into touch and Wordsworth win the line out.
And that wasn't straight, so they'll reset and go again for a scrum this time.
Well, towards the end of the first half, the Oakham scrum was just starting to get the edge on Wordsworth's. And this is a great attacking position.
So number 9 for Oakham School, Jack Van Pouvele puts it in. But has been knocked forward. A mistake there from the Oakham scrum half, and he's disappointed with that.
Yeah, a bit of a let-off there for Wordsworth.
So scrum in the same place, but it will be Tom McFarlane with the put in this time.
Yeah, seemed to be a bit of a breakdown in communication there between 8 and 9. I think it just took a little glance off the back rower's boots that put the scrum half off.
So reset scrum. Tom Boxer. Bishop Wordsworth trying to get out their own half here. Oakham put him under pressure. But Bishop Wordsworth are going to do it slowly and surely. Bit by bit. Good tackle that on James Kennedy. But Bishop Wordsworth will get out their own half now as they win the penalty.
Good disciplined play there from Bishop Wordsworth. Resisting the temptation to send it wide early. Instead, going through the forwards, through the phases, forcing the mistake from Oakham. And that's a good touch finder there from Paddy Case, taking over kicking duty for this second half.
Goldsmith with the line out, now inside the Oakham half. Adam Mercer coming on the pitch for Guy Hale. So add that to the confusion, he's wearing the shirt number 5, and there could be 2 number 5s on the field, just to add to the confusion. But all of a sudden, Bishop Wordsworth on the front foot with Kennedy. Harry Norris. Paddy Case. Daniel Mitchell dumped into touch.
Oh, that's a good
Back they come for the penalty.
That is a good tackle from Hugh Davis. Good cover tackle. But here come Wordsworth.
Nearly the offload, and it is this time for James Brown. Trying to drive it forward, Brown goes to ground. Little kick to the corner. Picked up by Ben O'Boyle. Downfield it goes. Fairly taken by Joe Tully. Tackled by his opposite number, Ben Bolton-Smith. Tom Boxer. He's had a good game for Bishop Wordsworth. Trying to snatch the ball away, but they win the penalty. No options here, Dave. 11 points down. They're going to go with the tap and go. They fancy it. Harry Norris.
Again, there's numbers if they can
James
execute.
Kennedy. Out wide. This is Daniel Mitchell over in the corner. Came back on again.
Yeah, great try there. Bishop Wordsworth, they've been patient for the last few minutes. It started deep inside their own half. The forwards going through the graft, forcing Oakham to make the mistakes and give away the penalties. They showed good patience there too, because they had numbers, but they still had to execute it. The tap and go. Again, the forwards in the back line with good hands. Felt as though the chance might have gone then, but Paddy Case does really well. As I said before, he's a good, intelligent rugby player. He tidies the move back up, he fixes the defenders, and he puts the left winger in the corner to reduce the arrears.
Norris, he's been excellent on kicking duty so far. This to make it a 4-point game from a 6-point game. It's not going to reach. They were cheering in the crowd. They thought it was there, but didn't have enough petrol in that engine. 6-point game, 26 points to 20. Around 20 minutes or so left to play.
Well, that sets it up nicely. You felt as though the next score had to go to Bishop Wordsworth if they were to get anything from this game. But they'll take a lot from that. Those are the things that we said that they needed to do. They needed to use the forwards. That's a good take too.
Good take there from Luke Sainsbury. Tom Boxer. Getting over the gain line. He's done that so often in this match. And now Bishop Wordsworth are the ones who are on the front foot, and that's a good kick.
Paddy Case has really come into his own, particularly in this second half. He was unlucky with a similar kick in the first half that went straight out. But he knows that if his team play the territory game well, then the opportunities are going to come. He switched sides from left to right there, saw the gap, few strides forward before just nursing the ball into touch. And all of a sudden, Oakham have got hard work to do to clear the lines once again.
Taken by Albert Grieve, but it's been pickpocketed by Bishop Wordsworth. Daniel Pereira, another player for Bishop Wordsworth who's had a good game. Tom Boxer, using his power and his strength. The ball was knocked forward, and it will be a Bishop Wordsworth put-in on the 22. Well, you've had a few runaways, I should say, Dave, over this weekend. But this one seems to be going the distance at the moment.
Well, certainly has so far. Been impressed with the way Wordsworth have responded in the second half.
Good character from the team.
Yeah, absolutely. 8 and 13 in particular, really impressing me. Boxer and Paddy Case.
It is Tom Boxer with a good handoff. Creates some space, creates the room. Couldn't get the offload, though. McFarland. Sainsbury with his strength just short of the try line.
Numbers left.
Plenty of numbers on the left hand side, but they win the penalty and they go quickly. They are taking it quickly. Sainsbury again.
Still got numbers left.
McFarland picks up the loose ball. James Kennedy. You can see the white line. So many numbers on the left-hand side if they go quickly. It's not there for them, though. Instead, it may have been dropped by James Brown. It was.
But everything that they did well in the previous assault on the line, they did not do well there. They committed too many to the breakdown. They've got the bit between their teeth, but really they need to show a bit of discipline there. They had numbers left and right. Oakham were defending so narrow. Both wingers will not thank the forward pack for butchering that opportunity, but it's starting to happen here for Bishop Wordsworth. Playing rugby in the right areas. And Oakham under real pressure to get out of their own 22.
The referee wants that scrum to be reset. And Pouvlay. Davis can only advance it downfield. It's a decent kick. Relieves a little bit of Oakham pressure. They're just short of the 22. Do they fancy a early one? No, they don't. They may do. But the referee's called them back for the line-out just short of the 22.
Yeah, good clearance kick there. And of course, with the line-out being the 50-50 that it is, they'll be hoping they can get hands on the ball here because they've been starved of possession so far in this second half by a very disciplined Bishop Wordsworth team.
And Oakham may have pinched it, and if that was the case, there would have been a knock-on.
Yeah, it was Figgis once again.
A little bit of discipline needed by both these teams. Tom Boxer, who's been everywhere. In fact, it looks like it's going to be an Oakham put-in at the scrum.
It's an interesting one. The referee must have spotted two knock-ons there because definitely went forward off Figgis, the try-scoring number 4.
So another chance here for Oakham to send the ball downfield. It's not too bad a scrum from Bishop Wordsworth. In fact, Tyrese Johnson-Fisher looking to use his power and strength, and looks like Oakham are going to run this from the deep. Little kick forward puts Joe Tully under a little bit of pressure. He collects though, and now their fullback is off and running. Farland. Paddy Case. Paddy Case. Good tackle, and the ball was knocked forward. Good tackle there from Ofalabi. And he was on Paddy's Case.
Archie Sumner there just jogging back, the number 7 for Oakham. I think he took a knock to the head. He was stayed down for quite some time. Lovely link-up play there, though, between 8 and 13. Boxer bursting the tackle, delaying the pass, and Paddy Case running a great support line there and making more yards. It's still territory for Wordsworth. Oakham being made to work very, very hard here.
Van Poovele, Seb Davis, Hugh Davis, Therese Johnson-Fisher. Good tackle, and the ball has been lost, but back in Oakham's hands. Hugh Davis. Ben Bolton-Smith, full of running, full of pace. Intercepted pass, back they come the other way. Tom McFarland. Number 20, James Brown. Pereira. Good counter-rucking from Oakham. Still in Bishop Wordsworth hands. Tom Boxer. McFarland. Kick forward from Harry Norris. McFarland is there. But Oakham will have the chance to clear. It's going to be a little bit scrappy all of a sudden.
He's gone for the kick there, but there were numbers left again.
Cameron Jordan. Slow ball. And sliced off the boot of Ben Bolton-Smith. And it will be Bishop Wordsworth with a line out just inside the Oakham 22.
Well, it's all Bishop Wordsworth's really at the moment. Again, just playing that intelligent, disciplined rugby that was perhaps lacking in the first half. They've done well to stifle Tyrese Johnson-Fisher. I mean, he was actually turned over then because they put 2 people on him. He still managed to get the offload away, but when he was tackled the previous time, he got turned over because he was isolated. Containing him is going to be key to Bishop Wordsworth if they're going to get anything out of this game.
Well, time has stopped. All of a sudden, we do have a blood replacement. Ben Goldsmith is got a bit of a nosebleed. So coming on the field is number 19, Josh Cox. So number 3, acting hooker, James McDonald. Ball's knocked forward. So it will be a scrum on the Oakham 22, and they will have the pot in.
Yeah, a bit of a free-for-all, these line-outs at the moment. I don't remember the last time we had a clean one where a knock-on wasn't given, but the referee, eagle-eyed as always. Oakham with the put-in. Big decision to make here as to what they do with it.
12.5 minutes to go.
Well, their clearance kick option has usually been Ben Bolton-Smith, and he's lining up outside Johnson Fisher at the moment, so I wonder whether or not they're going to try and run this, but that's a great scrum there.
Van Pouvele, Seb Davis, Hugh Davis to reach Johnson Fisher, going ramping through the gears, and he's off and running again. He's going up the wing, flying, absolutely flying. One man to beat, he's still going strong. One try line to the other, wow. Absolutely superb, wow.
Well, we called it, didn't we? The way they were lining up, it looked as though they were going to run it. Johnson Fisher, he's had a quiet 20 minutes in this second half. But just look at this, he receives the ball 7 or 8 meters from his own line. He gets outside Paddy Case, he's just so quick. Case realizes he's getting away. There's a last-ditch attempt at an ankle tap there. Johnson Fisher could almost feel it because there was the little goose step to get away. After that, another little shimmy. You can just see he's leaving quick players in his wake. These Wordsworth backs are no slouches, but wowee. This lad is a talent. That's his 4th try.
Seb Davis adds the extras. 13 points now, the difference. 33 points to 20, Oakham lead. And I'm in awe of this 15-year-old from Oakham. A future star, may not be in rugby, but maybe in British athletics.
Well,
his personal best is 10.9 for the 100 metres. He may have a future on the track.
Very, very, very impressive. I mean, 10.9 is quick at any level of rugby. At under 15s, it's sensational. And as we've seen on the 4 occasions he's scored a try, he's just simply unstoppable.
When he gets through the gears and starts motoring, it's just a joy to watch. 4 tries he has scored out of Oakham's 5. 33-20 they lead. They're 10 minutes away from a meeting with Sherborne in the final at Twickenham. But Bishop Wordsworth, to their credit, are not giving up.
Well, to be completely honest, they've had the best of the second half. I think they've played as well as they can. And it's just been that one genius in the 13 shirt for Oakham who's made all the difference.
Dump tackle by Hugh Davis. He's had a good game for Oakham. Tom Boxer, another one for Bishop Wordsworth, who's had a good game as well. McFarland, Paddy Case, Charlie Davis. McFarland, Daniel Pereira, dumped to the floor, and he's hurt himself with that tackle, and that one could be a dangerous tackle there from Cameron Jordan. They really felt that, and the touch judge and the referee nod to each other and thought it was a fair tackle.
Well, he was picked up and dumped down, but his legs never went over his head. Look, it was a great original collision. Yeah, he got the full body weight there, right on the base of the spine. Yeah, he's holding the bottom of his back there. That'll be his coccyx or certainly around that area. It's a really, really big impact. Paddy Case there is just having a chat to the referee. He's not particularly happy about it. But it's a big physical game. And despite the fact that it's under 15, some of the hits, some of the collisions at this level, all of these players fully committed to the contact, that's for sure. I
think it is going to be a substitution, in fact. He has hit the bottom of his back. Another substitution being made as well. 22 coming on the field for Bishop Wordsworth. So we haven't done, you know, 22 is it. Ben Goldsmith coming back on the field.
Well, should Pereira have to go off injured, that'll be a shame, really, because he's had a great game for Wordsworth. He's been fantastic in the loose. He's been really, really physical. He's been a relentless ball carrier. Of course, he made that fantastic tackle on Seb Davis in the first half that dislodged the ball and stopped what would have been a certain try just yards away from the try line, away to our right-hand side. But quite a lengthy stoppage here, but he sat up, and for a back injury, that's a good sign, because if they had any doubts that it was anything a little bit more serious, then he would not be encouraged. And he's up on his feet.
He's up on his feet.
That's great news.
He's up on his feet and going back to his teammates. I think he may come off just as a precaution. So then, around 8 or so minutes to go.
Yeah, that knocked the stuffing out of him a bit. I think amidst the fact that we're watching such a high-quality game of rugby, it's often difficult to remember that these guys are only 15 years of age, you know? And that was a big knock he took there.
Well, we'll have a grandstand finish if Bishop Wordsworth can find another try here. But they've lost the scrum here. Van Pouvle, Seb Davis, Hugh Davis. Bouncing ball here for Joe Tully to manoeuvre. And Therese
what a
Johnson
chase.
Fisher has chased it down well. Paddy Case. And they win the penalty. Tackler not rolling away. 13 points the difference. 5 or so minutes to go, and there's going to go with a tap and go. Harry Norris. Ball was knocked forward, said the referee, and it will be a scrum on halfway.
Well, they were keen to go early there, but it was a strange decision because they only had forwards in the back line. Well, the direction they went anyway, where they were going left to right. It was a prop and a second row. Even if he'd taken the ball into contact there, he'd have been isolated. There were no support runners. Everyone was flat-footed. I think the scrum half needed to just calm things down there, Tom McFarland. Impose a little bit of calm and organisation.
Van Pouvle with the put in at the scrum. Picked up by Lucas Lovat. Ben Bolton-Smith. Hugh Davis. Van Pouvle. Johnson Fisher. Excellent pass from Johnson Fisher. This is Ben O'Boyle. And that could be Oakham heading to Twickenham.
Yeah, that's probably the try that does it for Oakham. They've responded well to all the pressure they've come under from Bishop Wordsworths, who've had a much better second half, the team in blue.
He's there again, Therese Johnson Fisher.
Yeah, but this time, Therese Johnson Fisher turns provider, draws the man. It's a nice pass to the substitute, who's got open space in front of him. Still a little bit of work to do. But he scores a try that really will take this game out of sight. 38-20 with the conversion to come.
Seb Davis hasn't a bad game with the boot. 4 from 6 so far. 4 from 5, I do beg your pardon. So this to make it 5 from 6. Great kick.
Yeah, that's a good kick.
Great kick from Seb Davis. 10 points have come from his boot. Oakham lead 40 points to 20 and are on course for the meeting with Sherborne in the Vars final. Ben O'Boyle, the 6th try scorer for Oakham. He collects and fancies a little darting run himself. But the ball was knocked forward, and it will be a Bishop Wordsworth put-in.
Yeah, he had the bit between his teeth there. He just scored the try and got his hands on the ball again. Just got dislodged in the contact zone. Bishop Wordsworth here, good field position. They'll be looking for a big finish now. Playing for pride as much as anything, because as in the first half, a couple of moments of Johnson Fisher magic have taken the game away from them. Tom Boxer. Kennedy. Sainsbury into the Oakham 22. McFarland goes left. Sainsbury again. Ball picked up. Afolabi. Therese Johnson Fisher. Good offload.
kicked on, and it will be an Oakham put in at the scrap. Couple more changes to be made. Bishop Wordsworth bringing on Tom Ullman. And Josh Cox. So around 4 minutes to go. Bishop Wordsworth, they look like they're going to be on the losing end of this fixture. They can really leave the field with their heads held high, actually. They've really put up a fight here against Oakham School. And we'll replay that one and go again.
Yeah, Bishop Wordsworth just emptying the bench so everyone gets to have a run out here at Allianz Park. Again, easy to forget that this is even though it's the semi-final, it's kind of a great memory for the youngsters to get to step out here at such a top-level stadium.
Van Bouvlet spots the gap. Men with him as well. Hugh Davis.
Fancy footwork from the referee to get out of the way there as well.
Well, I think the referee might need to lie down after this one. He's had to do a lot of running in this game.
I should say.
McFarland. Mitchell. Farland again. Harry Norris. Farland spots an opening. Josh Cox. Tom Ullman. Into the Oakham half they come. McFarland. Sainsbury. Tom Boxer. He's had a good game, Boxer, and deserves his try. Very much so.
Yeah, credit to Tom Boxer. He's had a fantastic game from number 8. He's made yards every time. He's been a real physical presence. He's going to be on the losing team, but his industry and his graft have eventually got him over the try line. As you said,
deserved as well, in my mind. He's been excellent for Bishop Wordsworth.
Great work, goes left, one hand off, bursts another tackle, swaps the ball from left to right hand, gets another handoff in, takes another ball carrier over with him, and that really sums up his performance. Full of industry and graft. A real strong runner from number 8. Great performance from the Bishop Wordsworth back rower.
Harry Norris to add the extras. Good kick from Norris. He's done well. We hit the 60-minute mark, David. Do we need to ask you who your man of the match is?
Well, we'll go through the motions here and I'll tell you who's particularly impressed me. Tom Boxer, the try scorer there. We've said his name so many times. Even when it's looked like a lost cause, he has almost single-handedly dragged his team back into it at times. He's made yards, and it must be a dream to play in a team alongside someone like him who you can rely on time and time again. Also in the engine room, Sainsbury and Pereira have been pretty relentless in the case. And, well, speaking of case, Paddy Case, the number 13, has had a great game at 13 for Bishop Wordsworth. He's been full of kicking, running. He's got a great rugby brain, you can tell, even if this is the first time you've seen him. As for Oakham, Ben Bolton-Smith from 15, he is an intelligent fullback. He's a great runner. He's spotted the gaps. He's had a brilliant game. Hugh Davis has been an unsung hero at number 12, but it has to be Tyrese Johnson-Fisher, the man of the match. Well, just a pleasure to watch. If you've never seen rugby before, just watching him run, score tries, bowl people over, get on the outside, and even turn provider as well for the final try. It was a great pass to put in the substitute, Ben O'Boyle. 4 tries and an assist. My man of the match has to be the number 13, Tyrese Johnson-Fisher.
Ball knocked on. And we'll be towards the end of this game now. A couple of minutes of injury time in the second half. So these will be one of the last few plays of the game. But there he is, Tyrese Johnson-Fisher, the Oakham captain. 4 tries today. And he's our man of the match from us on the gantry. Oakham looking for one last try, maybe. Albert Grieve. To know what the play is at the line out. Could have changed David Clean line out as well.
Well, you say clean.
Bishops have it. It's been lost, and it's in the hands of Hugh Davis, and Davis is going to put the icing on the proverbial Sunday, is he? He will do.
Yeah, Hugh Davis. Well, we said that Tom Boxer's performance deserved a try, but I think Hugh Davis's does too. It's been a real workhorse at inside centre. I bet he's often outshone by his outside centre partner, which is unfair, really, because he's made tackles, he's found gaps, and he's had a very, very solid game at inside centre. So great that he's got over the whitewash from a personal perspective for him. He's weary of the offload, he's in the right place at the right time, great vision. Nearly got tackled and robbed right on the try line, but stuck with it, rolled over, grounded the ball, and takes his team up to 45. With the conversion to come.
45 points to 27. Tries galore in this game. 7 tries to 4. Oakham to Bishop's Wordsworth. We've had our money's worth in this game. Over it goes. Seb Davis adds the extras, and that's the icing on the cake. 47 points to 27. Oakham have beaten Bishop Wordsworth. Bishop Wordsworth can leave the field with their head held high. They really gave Oakham School a really great game of rugby here. 7 tries to 4 in the end. Great stuff, and a great advert as well.
Oh, absolutely. The Oakham team looked like they really enjoyed that too. Bishop Wordsworth gave it everything. They did all the things that they needed to do to get back into the game. But ultimately, there were a few individuals that really, really shone for Oakham. Some fantastic tries. I mean, Tyrese Johnson-Fisher, it wasn't just the fact that he scored those 4 tries, it was the manner in which he scored them, all finished from distance. Pretty much as good as you'll see anywhere. You know, if those tries were scored here at Allianz Park in a Saracens game, you'd be watching them on highlight reels for months and months and months. Just 15 years of age, a real starlet for the future, and he will absolutely relish playing at Twickenham in a few weeks' time.
Yes, confirmation of the final score. Oakham School 47, Bishop Wordsworth School 27. A great game of rugby it was indeed. Absolutely superb. So, and Oakham are through 47 points to 27. Let's have the thoughts of their coach. He's downstairs with Ed.
Off you go. Jeremy, well, what a game of rugby that was. Perhaps one of the best we've seen this weekend. Tell me, how do you feel?
Yeah, we're absolutely elated. It was just a massive game, and all credit to Bishop Wordsworth. They were fantastic. Great set of kids, great set of coaches, and they just never gave up. And Yeah, they really pushed us right to the end, and I thought at one point I thought we'd lose it, but the boys just dug deep and we pulled away at the end. It was fantastic.
Well, it was a topsy-turvy game, wasn't it? You pulled away, then they got back into it, then you pulled away again. Fantastic team performance, but one name that will live on for quite a long time, I think, after this game was that of Therese Johnson-Fisher, your captain. An outstanding performance, 4 tries here.
Yeah, he's an absolutely wonderful athlete. He's, as you say, he's a junior national sprinter, national 100-metre champion. But in all fairness, he does a lot. He scores of tries, but a lot of the boys do all the work on the inside. We get the ball to him early. They've got to execute the pass, give him the space, and he just finishes it off. And it was lovely to see him put Benno Boyle in for a try at the end and didn't take it on his own. He fed the try, so he showed that he gives passes as well as scores tries.
Well, a true team player, and it really was a team performance, but not just team, was it? Because you've got some fantastic support here. You can hopefully bank on that at Twickenham in 2 weeks.
Absolutely, we've got a great heritage at Oakham for rugby, and I think 2011 the boys under 18s got into Twickenham for the final, and a huge crowd went down. So we're hoping to see the same again. So hopefully the headmaster will sign it off, and we can get a few boys and girls down to Twickenham on the whenever the date is. Fantastic.
Well, it's Wednesday the 25th of March. I'm sure a lot of people will want the day off on that day to come and see you. And I was talking to the coach of Bishop's Wordsworth, and they were saying, and I'm sure you feel the same, that being able to take your team after a long season to Twickenham, it means everything, doesn't it?
It does. It's wonderful for us. Our first game, we lost by about 55 points, I think it was, and the boys have come on a huge journey. And it just comes down to just hard work and commitment as a team, and just sticking together. And we're a hockey term this term, but we've just stuck together, and the school have been really, really, really supportive. So we're looking forward to going to Twickenham now.
Well, best of luck to you. It's going to be a great day and a fantastic occasion. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. See you again.
So Oakham School will play Sherborne in the final of the Vars at Twickenham in a couple of Wednesdays' time. Let's review this game, Dave.
Well,
7 tries to 4. It was a great advert of rugby.
Lots and lots of action to go through. This was the first time we saw Johnson-Fisher, the much talked about Johnson-Fisher. It was the first time he touched the ball in a match, actually. Found some space on the outside. Just the look on his face there. You can see how much it means to him, not just as an individual, but as a team player too, to take his team to the final at Twickenham. That's the second try. Figgis there, powering over. An opportune moment there from the line out. He rose high, grabbed it in both hands and took his chance. That was to make it 12-3. This is the second Johnson-Fisher try. Nice work from Ben Bolton-Smith, executing the 2-on-1, finding him a bit of space there. Paddy Case is opposite 13, couldn't quite snag Johnson-Fisher, and he was under the sticks to make it 17-3. It was only really then that Bishop Wordsworth really kicked into life. Paddy Case picking up the loose ball there, surging towards the try line, gets a good offload in. And it was the fullback, Joe Tully, who just pinned his ears back and managed to get the ball down in the corner despite Bolton-Smith's chase. There was then a moment of magic from Harry Norris there, the outside half. Couple of handoffs, Bolton-Smith again involved in defence, dragging him down by his arm. But the try was eventually worked over by the scrum half, Tom McFarland. A real industrious performance from him. Great angle there of the first handoff. Went for the second, and Bolton-Smith really, really good last-ditch defence, but Wordsworth found their way over. Well, if there was any suggestion of a comeback, then Johnson-Fisher put paid to that at the end of the first half, just before the half-time whistle. Look at this smash! 2 feet in the air for the poor defender who got himself in a bad position, and that was the hat-trick in the first half for Therese Johnson-Fisher. Second half was a lot better, certainly at the beginning for Bishop Wordsworth. They started again a mini fight back. Good work from Paddy Case, squaring up the defender before putting Mitchell in. But this was probably the pick of the bunch from Johnson-Fisher. Gets the ball 6 or 7 metres from his own line. Little hitch kick there over Paddy Case's chase. Skips inside, another tackle, and he only has eyes for the sticks. Look at that, eases up. I tell you what, we'll give him 3 out of 10 for the celebration there, though, because that wasn't a particularly good forward roll.
That's the only fault you're going to give him all day.
Yeah, skips inside Joe Tully there. Once again, magnificent play from Johnson-Fisher. Not sure what that is. Spoiled a good try there. Well, the score return provider here. And this was the try that really put the game out of sight. It was Ben O'Boyle who finished it. It was actually the coach pointed out in the interview that he had the opportunity to go himself there, but it was nice that he put Ben O'Boyle in. Again, good execution of the 2-on-1, drew the defender and put the substitute winger in space. This was the try for Tom Boxer, candidate for man of the match. Of course, I gave it to Johnson Fisher in the end, but relentless effort eventually led to a try for Tom Boxer, the number 8. This is the final try. Unsung hero Hugh Davis picked up on the mistake. It was an offload from James Kennedy. Hugh Davis picked it up, surged to the try line, and again, another industrious performance from the number 12, rewarded with a try, which took them up to 47 in the end. Great performance from the team in red.
Indeed it was. Oakham School are through to the under-15s Vars final. They defeated Bishop Wordsworth School by 47 points to 27. A superb display of rugby. Coming up at 3 o'clock, it is the Queen Elizabeth Grammar School of Wakefield against Woodall Grammar. It's the first of the under-15 Cup semi-finals. Do join us then.